And thank you for joining us for another episode of Criterion Creeps. I'm Wade.
I'm Joe.
And we're here to talk about a movie, like we always do.
Yeah, we are.
And let's see in this collection here, what movie should it be?
It's gonna be a good one.
This is your choice, I think. This
was
is your
one of mine.
pick. Hunger by Steve McQueen, the guy from Bullet.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, this is
Oh.
Black English
Oh.
Steve McQueen.
Oh, okay, my bad.
The guy who's also known for Shame, so also starring Michael Fassbender.
Huh.
And he also did 12 Years a Slave.
Oh, I saw that movie. That was a rough one. It was a good movie, but it was a rough one.
Yeah.
And guess what, guys?
This one's rough too.
This one is very rough. Yeah. My thing is, when you tell me you pick this, and I don't read synopsis for these movies, I want to be surprised. I want to go in fresh, and guess what? That may be the worst idea. I was eating at the time, and then I just see poop on the wall. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's how it started.
And urine. Oh.
I warned you. I told you. I said, Wade, this one's gonna be rough.
Yeah, I think it was a well done movie.
Yes, of course.
I was curious why Liam Cunningham is in it, because he was not in the movie for most of the movie. I just know him from Game of Thrones as Davos, the best character, and
okay.
He's the priest, and you're like,
oh yeah.
And then like, why is he like the second billed actor in this movie? And then
he's like one of the biggest names they had,
and also
they have that iconic scene that everybody talks about when they talk about this movie, which I'm sure we're going to get to.
Yeah, like it's
because we actually start off with a completely different character from either one of them.
Yeah. And I'm like, who the hell is this guy? And you don't tackle him until like
he's the roommate or the cellmate of Michael Fassbender.
No, it was the guard.
Oh, we started off with the guard?
Yeah, where he's washing his knuckles and stuff. And then the whole the sequence ends with him washing the bloody knuckles, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that
Also,
part.
it had a random scene. It really, I don't know why this scene irked me. It was in the beginning where he's eating breakfast and they have a shot of his, like, a napkin on his crotch. And grease falls on the napkin. And then they cut. And I don't understand why we needed that shot ever. But, I don't know. It's a small little thing.
It's got to be some sort of symbolicism.
Maybe he's proper and he puts a
symbolism,
napkin.
Not symbolicism.
Symbolicism.
I'm an idiot.
I like symbolicism. That's a good one. But this deals with the hunger strike of 1981.
Well, part of it is alright. So the general background is this is based on true stories with the Northern Ireland conflict. Where you had the IRA versus the government, and in particular the hunger part, and what a bulk of the movie is the hunger strike that they did in, I believe, 1981, which was ultimately, if I remember correctly, one of the more successful protests they had, because the very beginning is where the poo on the walls and the pee getting thrown out into the hall.
That was a no-wash protest.
That was the dirty protest that they did. Because I did a lot of... when I first watched it, I just read into it and tried to figure out as much as I could about it. Because I don't know much about the Northern Ireland conflict. They didn't really teach us much about that in history.
Yeah. But it's like... I'm trying to think. The iconic scene was... Well,
the iconic scene is Michael Fassbender and your Liam Cunningham.
Yeah.
At the table.
And that's very impressive because, you know, they did 17 minutes with no script. Sorry, no script. I had to read script. No script. They did 15, 17 minutes of no script dialogue and smoking. Don't forget the smoking. There was a lot of smoking in that scene.
Yeah.
And that's where Liam Cunningham comes in, and he's only there for that scene. And,
he's fantastic.
And it's pretty much a third of the movie.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then I feel like that from that scene on, it's I don't know, because I'm trying to say that's better. It's a different movie after that scene.
Yeah, that's
very different. It's basically how to die, ladies and gentlemen, in the most painful way possible.
Yeah. So I'm blanking on the character's name. Could you tell me the character's name?
Michael Fassbender's?
Yes.
Sands, Bobby Sands.
Bobby Sands. He leads a starvation or hunger protest, and what they want is they want to be treated as political prisoners rather than regular prisoners.
Even though they were beaten with batons and shit.
And they were very much abused and not afforded that right for a while. That's what the dirty protest was about, where they didn't shower, they wiped feces on the walls and all that. So Bobby, along with the rest of the prisoners at that jail, decide to starve themselves until they're officially designated political prisoners. And that big scene we're talking about is where the priest is trying to talk him out of it. Because, Bobby's parents are coming in to visit him, and, he's saying, think about what you're doing to them. This isn't, the right way to go about it. And Bobby's saying, this is the only way to go about it.
And then he's like, I can do it. I'm a cross-country runner.
Yeah, and then, that whole story about him and
it ties into the end because I'm guessing it was like a death thing, like him running, I guess, because, it's a slight spoiler here.
You have... He starts hallucinating.
Yeah.
Kind of happens after a while.
Yeah, like, you see all the sores, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, because he can't move.
And I thought, because for the start of it, they're showing his arms, and they're showing his, chest. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's a stunt guy. And then they pan the camera up, it's Michael Fassbender. I'm like, oh my lord.
Yeah, he went like Christian Bale did for The Machinist. He lost a lot.
Did Christian Bale, was The Machinist first, or was The Hunger first?
Oh, what year is this?
2008.
Machinist is first.
Damn it.
The Machinist was
because I prefer Michael Fassbender over freaking Christian Bale.
The Machinist is right before Batman Begins, so you had to go from that, and then you had to bulk up for Batman.
Damn it. Yeah, Dark Knight was 2008, yeah, so... but...
still fantastic. They're both fantastic performances.
Highlights of this movie is Michael Fassbender.
Of course.
Yeah. Cinematography, it was good, it was... This
movie put Michael Fassbender on the map.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
In bigger time. So after this, he would get cast in, Shame, another Steve McQueen movie. He would get cast in X-Men First Class a few years after that.
And he just keeps going, man.
Yeah, and he just keeps going.
To the point where he's an Alien Covenant and he plays a flute. I'll just say that. But so would you buy it? What would you tell people? Would you buy it, watch it on Filmstruck, or rent it on Amazon or whatever, or skip it?
Well, I personally bought it.
Yeah.
Because I really liked it, and I always wanted to see it. But I can see where people might not ever want to watch it again. Kind of like 12 Years a Slave is what I've,
so you're saying,
often heard. So I'll say rent it for everybody else. But if you're like me and you like the the cinematography, the great performances, and you like to come back and watch it again, then buy it.
Yeah, I agree with rent. Rent or watch it on Filmstruck.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. Now, could you imagine if this movie was directed by David Cronenberg? And imagine how gross that would be, huh?
That's another guy we got to get to in the show.
Yeah, that's true, we do. So that's our opinion on Hunger by Steve McQueen, 2008. Check it out. You can check it out on Filmstruck or rent it, like we said, or buy it, whatever. So that will conclude it. Thank you for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter at MinkyDishMCP. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and comment on any Criterion movies that you want us to review, or what your thoughts of Hunger was. Do you think that he was awful in the movie? Are you not a fan of black hole poop? Are you not a fan because it was shaped as a black hole? Are you not a fan of that? Or you are a fan of it? Let us know in the comment section below. Until next time, stay classy.